Simulator here. We'll start it up. So I've got ranged combat working, and I've even got the computer AI to do ranged attack. It's literally just do the normal attack if it can. If it can't, before it drops out, just apply the same ranged attack rules. Currently, the heavy armor has a really high movement because I was using him to test some stuff, and the map has changed. Alright, so the first thing is just go with the motorized infantry, which are simply to make them move further. It's basically infantry and trucks. There's no ranged attack, no difference in attack value, yada yada yada. It's just they move more. So, rightfully so, he should have just an adjacent attack, normal attack. If I move out of range, and I'm also highlighting yellow, so I could make sure I'm dealing with the right guy, and so there's no attack for him. Just he has potential moves. Let's pull in the mechanized, and I'm highlighting his min and max attack ranges. So it's like a pink and then a purple, and he's currently has just a range of 2. So you can see it there a little better. Like he can't move to those positions, so that is his range 2 brain. He can't attack here because that's not a ranged attack, that would be an adjacency attack. But let's see how this guy behaves. And line of sight works slightly better. So this guy, he is in the ranged attack, but there's an interleaving forest hex. So if he was in the forest hex, I could attack him with a ranged attack, but I can't attack past it. So it sees into, but not afterwards. The villages I've got, you can't even see into them with a ranged attack. All right, so let's move this guy way out of the way, and we'll work with this guy for a second. Let's move him down here. So he should be able to see this guy with a ranged attack. He does. We'll move him into the woods and we'll see if they get into the woods as well. My guy's going after that other one, and I'm using the real code, so it's just, we gotta kinda like just game the system here for a second. Alright, so he has, oh, this is kinda weird. Oh, okay, no, it's right. That is a normal attack. He's showing the defense modifier for that attack. That's good. It's not a ranged attack. Ranged, it would be kind of purple. Alright, once again, he can't see him, but if we go up here, he's still not being seen. I think that's because he's thinking he's going through there. That's okay. But there, he should be able to be seen. I'm not going to fine tune that he should be able to see along that line via the alternate, because I had so much trouble getting it to work based upon going to next neighbor. I can tweak that later. I'm not going to let it stop me. So that's good, right? He can see into that hex. Let's, just for grins, let's move it to there. That guy should be able to attack him, and he did attack. He's in the clear, so the ranged attack is working. Let's pull at this heavy tank, which now has this insane movement. and he has a much greater range, so we should just see a distinguishing there. So once again, normal attacks would be there, and they're not identified. That works. It's relatively easy. The pink is his min ranged attack. That's in the second one, and he has a much further max ranged attack, so that's good. That guy's within a range attack. There's nobody in between. Maybe we can move out of the hex and move around. I don't have stacking enabled, just the way it is. Alright, and let's see what we do if we get down here. All these guys should be in range. Yeah. So the outer range is to there. You can see ranged units in the forest, but if they were too interleaving, you wouldn't be able to see. We'll go to here. Alright, so this guy is correctly identified. He's directly in that line, so you know that's blocked. It's debatable whether or not that one is, and like I said, you know, it's off and it's on. It depends, kind of like if you're in an even column versus an odd column, and the same for what you're there, and it's just, I'm just going to leave it for now. Let's go around this way. They're all in range. Ideally, I don't want them to be able to move into forest hex as the heavy armor, but currently they can. Let's just in turn see if we can see them. Yeah, so that guy can see me, but I can't see him. So that's, once again, it's the even odd. It should be if you can see the enemy. I can, if they can see you, I can see them. I'll fix that later, but that's definitely what's happening there. Let's see what else going on here. In turn. Once again, that guy. He can see me. I can't see that guy. Let's move this down one and make sure. He can be seen. That guy should be able to be seen. But this is blocking it. That's being rightfully seen. Rightfully seen. Alright, so one other thing that's problematic, which I haven't fixed yet. Let's go all the way up here to this guy. Move to here. This is an infantry unit. They are only capable of adjacent attacks. After I do line of range and line of sight, and you can see some of the line of sight it's good, but it's not perfect. Because I now have this guy as a ranged attack, I'm using the same ranged attack results table. I need to distinguish that because he would be, because every time you attack, and a normal adjacent attack, it's assuming that the attacker is going to take some loss. an infantry unit with a range of 1 is out of range for a heavy tank at a distance. So theoretically, he should be able to attack that guy and him not attack back. But and then and I'm highlighting both attacks, and you'll see this red will go away. The health bar will lose some health. It could lose a little. It could lose a lot. He lost very little. Let's try it again. Yeah, and then he got destroyed, and the guy was never in range. So that's something I'm going to have to fix as well later. And to me, that's a bigger fix than trying to get this boundary check here. And before I do that, I'm going to separate the source files to have 2 different source files so I can make sure I get that in place. But that's that. It's getting better.